Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Tadenikawo can never struggle his own home, his own inheritance, his own, life with women. I would rather keep my son and lose women than keep women and lose my son. Oni blasted elder who made excuses for Olori Runke and said that Runke is doing what she is doing to protect her territory, and Oni should not allow anybody make him put Runke out in the cold, that Oni is just a woman. And Oni of Ife told them that no matter what they say, allegedly, that he is fighting to keep his son, he is fighting to have his son, he's fighting to make his son grow under his tutelage as a young, vibrant, and intelligent king. And that is the king that he is hopeful that Tadenikawo is going to be in future. That anybody who is trying to kick against anything that will bring Tadenikawo back into the royal palace, that person is against him. That nobody should sit in front of him and give him the bullshit of the wives are trying to protect their territory. Are you going to protect the wives over Tadenikawo's inheritance, or you want Tadenikawo to stay outside while the wives stay inside? That he is indeed forever going to choose the son over his wives. And everybody was, as in their mouths were all shut. They did not know what to do anymore. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Delaram. I bring you fresh and spicy J's from the source and still on the royals. How are you guys doing? Daylight, my Daylight, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for being here. People is not a small something, no. It's a royal basbos that is still going on in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. This time they said elders came to sit down to justify what Olori Runke did. That Olori Runke is doing this to protect herself, and Olori Runke is scared about Queen Naomi. That when Queen Naomi comes back, Queen Naomi is going to take over the palace and take over Ooni of Ife, that Olori Runke has a justification to be afraid going by the trajectory of events between Olori Naomi and the Ooni of Ife. That Ooni of Ife is always carried away every time he sees Queen Naomi. That Queen Naomi has a spell on the Ooni of Ife, and that is why the wives are afraid. And it is because of this report that is making the wife desperate and blah blah blah. And Ooni asks them, would you rather protect my wife over my son or protect my son over them? So what are you saying? You're saying that the real owner of me, my son, my flesh, Oni said, Tadenikawo is my flesh and blood. You do not expect my flesh and blood to be locked out there because you want to protect my wives. That I would rather bring my son back into the palace and let the women go. If that is the case, if you ask me to choose, I would choose my child over and over again. They said Ooni of Ife went out and also pointed at the wives that all of these women you're saying here, they have their children, that they would never choose me over their children. Their kids may not be here, but if there is a way to choose between me and those kids, they would choose their kids over me. Why do you think that I should choose them over my kids? What are they afraid of? That Queen Naomi is not a monster. Queen Naomi has not come after them. The fight is not that when they keep fighting Queen Naomi, he doesn't see it as though they are fighting Queen Naomi. He sees it as though they are fighting him. That the war they are waging is against him and not Queen Naomi. That the palace need to understand what these women are doing. That the women are against him and not Queen Naomi. Because if they are against Tadenikawo, they are against him. They said Ooni of Ife said that under no circumstances should anybody expect him to choose these women over Tadenikawo. That anybody can say whatever they want to say, that he's too soft towards Queen Naomi. Queen Naomi has a spell on him, and whatever it is that they want to say, it's okay for them to say whatever they want to say. But one thing he will tell them is that he loves his son. He wants his son to return back into the palace, and he would do anything to achieve that. That Tadenikawo is his life. that all of these elders that are sitting there talking, if Tadenikawo had not been born, they would have taken over that throne from him. Because they said that in the Ife land, that you cannot be a king without a son. So right now, if up until now, God had not brought Queen Naomi and blessed Ooni of Ife with that child, they probably would have dethroned him by now. Yes, so for you to be a king inside these rolling houses, they say Ife has 4 rolling houses, and if they make you a king, you're expected to have a son. It's a son that makes you man enough to be king. Or to lord over them. And so they say, in fact, when Ooni of Ife was coronated, they said they have already started putting pressure on the man until God took away that shame from him and gave him this boy Tadenikawo. And right now, they do not want Tadenikawo to come in. They want Tadenikawo to stay out there so that at the end of the day, they would now have what to say about the boy. And Ooni knows their antics, and that is why Ooni is doing everything that is within his power to ensure that Tadenikawo comes back into the palace. What are they trying to say? That somebody has done something that is wrong, somebody that has done something that she's not supposed to do, even though we know that she has been very apologetic and she is saying that she knows she is guilty. She said that she is desperate, she loves her husband, she cannot live without Ooni of Ife. That is Olori Ronke. Allegedly, okay? And so we do know that when people do something wrong and they admit and they take responsibility and they say they are not going to do it again, we are supposed to forgive them. But then again, don't come and begin to say that it was out of desperation because they know that Olori Naomi has a spell on the Ooni of Ife. The moment Olori Naomi comes into the palace, Ooni of Ife will not remember his wives, and that is the reason why the wives are desperate, and that is the reason why they are doing what they are doing. And you know, for when people talk like this, it means that they are justifying what the other person has done, and it is not right. I don't think that is right, and I think this is what is irritating the Ooni of Ife. But the good thing is that the Ooni of Ife has made it very clear to them that if you sit back there and you think that I am going to, choose these women over my son, it's not going to be possible. Tadenikawo is my flesh and blood, and he is supposed to be here. If you want to protect anybody to hurt me or hurt Tadenikawo, it means that you are not on my side. You're not on the side of the royal family. You need to exit yourself out of the gathering, and always bear in mind that no matter what happens, I am going to stand by my son. I'm going to choose my son over and over again. I'm going to do everything that is within my power to ensure that my son returns back to me. I'm going to do everything that is within my power to ensure that my boy is under my tutelage now and forever. They said Oni made it very clear to them that this is not something that anybody should debate. I'm going to bring you more updates. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.